Alright guys, so with the release of Pure Vanilla Awaken with Black Sapphire Cookie, we are going to be updating the PvE tier list first before we go on to the PvP tier list, because there are some comps that I still need to review and want to review that first before I actually place some of the cookies into the tier list. So let's get into it. Of course, this is going to be based on my experience as well as my opinion. And just keep in mind that this particular tier list does not include guild boss battle. So the ranking that you will see here, don't think about the guild boss battle and somebody that's going to be OP in there, because of the fact that guild boss battle requires specific teams and specific synergies in order for that cookie to be actually good in it. So that's the reason why I am going to be making a separate guide for that. Yes, I'll be making it, so just keep that in mind. But let's get started right away, and that is going to be with the stay away, the ones that you want to just not look at it when you guys do pull them, and that is going to be from Sonic, although you can't get him anymore, to Moon Rabbit. All right, so Sonic and Tail you can't get anymore, but still, yeah, if you guys do have them and you're returning, just forget about them. And the rest of the cookies, we're still waiting for their magic candies. And then the next one is going to be C tier with Candy Diver all the way down to Red Velvet. So I have taken out Sparkling from here because Sparkling did receive a magic candy, so just keep that in mind. We have Candy Diver to Red Velvet now. Most of them we're still waiting for their magic candy. We'll see if they make any difference once that does come out, but yeah, these cookies you definitely don't want to invest in them either. Next one is going to be B tier from Clotted Cream all the way down to our Cherry Blossom, and I did take out Queen of Man from here as well because Queen of Man did receive some magic candy, and you know, although she is not going to be used as much, she did get a significant damage boost, so I'm going to be changing her tier as well inside of the PvE tier list. But again, these cookies again can be used, but probably should be your last resort if you had to actually use them, unless they are your favorite cookies. Next one is going to be the A tier from Pattaya Dragon all the way down to Golden Asmanthus. All right, so these cookies again, they are probably like the average now, in my opinion. Pattaya Dragon again is going to be one of the cookies that you definitely should not be investing in, especially as a higher rarity. So because of the higher rarity and his skill, he still is going to be in the A tier, that kind of average cookie. But overall, as a real high rarity cookie, going to be really weak. And also we have Capsaicin. Although he does do good damage, he is pretty darn squishy as well, and compared to other immortality cookies, definitely going to be lacking because again, he focuses more on damage rather than actually staying alive and tanking for the team. And then the rest of the cookies, you know, they're very average. They used to be really good, but again, the one that I'm looking out for are these two actually, Eclair and Content, one of my two favorite epic cookies from years ago. So definitely watching out for that. All right, next one is going to be the situational. So situational, actually, we did add somebody in there, and that's going to be from our Dark Cacao all the way to BTS, and we did add Linzer in there. So I believe Linzer deserves more of a situational because Linzer is going to be really only for those particular stages where you just want to do more damage, where the boss actually doesn't take debuffs, and it's more towards, in my opinion, the later down the line, once you guys do clear a lot of stages, she is only going to be really used for like events and things like that. She is great to have in your pocket just so that you can actually pull her out into the team if you have to for like boss rush and stuff like that. But she is definitely going to be more situational now, so I think it's more fitting for her to be in the situational slot. And then the rest is like Zap, Damage Binding. We also have Purify, Attack Boost, Healing Reduction, and flat stat boost for, you know, in the beginning if you guys would like to use them. And then BTS is just, you know, limited time as well, but better than Sonic and Tails. All right, moving on to the S tier is gonna be from Golden Cheese now all the way down to Black Raisin, and then we also do have from Prune Juice down to Silver Bell. All right, so we actually did move down Golden Cheese, and I'm actually going to be adding more cookies into the S tier now because yes, although these cookies definitely can perform, but as more, you know, better cookies come out, I think we should bring down some of the cookies that are not used as much. And that's why I kind of brought down Green Tea Mousse. I brought down Burnt Cheese. And then I am also going to be bringing down someone like Sea Fairy in here, Stormbringer, as well as Black Pearl. So I would say these cookies, the legendaries, they're not used as much. And honestly, although they can shred early on in the world exploration, they will probably become a lot weaker than what we are using right now, like Burning Spice, Shadow Milk. We have someone like Wind Archer and things like that. So compared to them, they're honestly not as great, and even compared to someone like Frost Queen, Awakened Golden Cheese, they still actually do perform a lot better than these particular cookies and a lot of stages. So I'm actually going to bring them down, and we're actually going to be placing someone like Sparkling as well as Queen of Man in here as well. So Queen of Man did receive a massive damage boost, especially because she actually does her giant slash every 3 attack as well. So more attack speed she has, she's able to do more damage. She also does have a massive boost later down the line when you do make her into level 30, and also she does really well with light type cookies as well. And Sparkly as well has received a pretty good buff here, although he is probably not going to be used as much, but in particular situations like the beast raid and things like that where healing really does matter, he is going to allow you to heal a lot more because of his new magic candy effect. So I'm going to actually put Sparkly in S tier as well, so has gone from C tier to S tier with the magic candy. All right, next one is going to be the SS tier. So we also do have Golden Cheese Awaken all the way down to Snapdragon, as well as ending it with Icicle Yeti. So again, I would say sooner or later probably we'll have White Lily as well as Frost Queen come down, but I would say out of the ancients and the legendaries that we have so far, these two are still performing pretty darn well and can be used pretty darn well as well, compared to someone like Moonlight, compared to someone like Sea Fairy, compared to someone like Stormbringer, as well as regular Golden Cheese and things like that. So I would say right now probably going to be the safe place to put them in the SS tier, and then the rest of them are going to be more of your epic cookies that are going to perform really well in world exploration. So we have Space Donut, Financier, still really good for your tanking ability, as well as Creme Brulee, and we have Captain Caviar. Mango, Smoked Cheese are good. I would say Creme Brulee is a must in most accounts. And then we have like Weakness Debuff, Pushback. We have Charm, as well as massive damage from Captain Caviar. We have all the supports here, guys, along with the regular Pure Vanilla. And then we also do have like the special Safeguard cookies as well. So they're pretty much, you know, going to stay there for now until better epic cookies come out, in my opinion. But now moving on to the OP tier are going to still be the same of Shadow Milk all the way down to Black Lemonade. Again, these three right over here are more towards like the combination of using Black Lemonade together with the zap effect and the extra damage that you're able to do once you either zap or crit. And then the rest of them, you know, they have been here for a very long time and they're still going to be here. Rebel is probably one of the best epics you guys can actually invest in, so that you can use in almost everywhere, even in arena once one-shot comms do come back. But right now, because of the fact that Shadow Milk doesn't actually have elements, I think it's a little iffy for you guys to actually utilize a one-shot comm. Also, you know, you have Burning Spice with invincibility, you have Shadow Milk with invincibility, and then you have now Pure Vanilla like reviving and stuff like that. So it's a little iffy to have one-shot comms, but everywhere else, you know, Rebel is a must. Rebel is absolutely great and honestly a must for every account. But now let's go into actually adding in the new cookies, and that is going to be Pure Vanilla Awaken as well as Black Sapphire cookie. So Pure Vanilla Awaken is no doubt about it OP tier, absolutely broken. Revive is a really big thing, especially inside of the world exploration. The healing as well as all of the buffs that he does have and he's able to provide to your team is going to be great. And I believe his rally effect, it's my personal opinion, but I believe it's one of the best, if not the best, rally effect inside of the game right now. So that is where I'm going to put Pure Vanilla Awaken. And then lastly is going to be Black Sapphire. Black Sapphire I want to put in more of like the S tier, if not like in world exploration. It's a little iffy to use Black Sapphire because again, it is a poison type cookie. It only really synergizes really well with poison cookies. So it is a little iffy to put Black Sapphire in situation where it excludes the guild boss battle. In guild boss battle is an absolute invest, absolute must build, absolute you know, cookie that you need to actually have. But if you actually exclude that, then I would say Black Sapphire is more towards like the S tier, if not even like the A tier, just because the damage and everything that he has, that his entire skill revolves around having poison type cookies in the team, working with someone like you know, our Shadow Milk as well as Candy Apple as well. So just keep those things in mind. I would say right now Black Sapphire, maybe S tier or even the A tier. You guys can let me know down in the comments below. Of course, just keep in mind excluding the guild boss battle, because that is going to be a separate thing here. I like to do that just because guild boss battle is so specific. If I had to place like someone like Black Sapphire, the ranking will be inflated like crazy because of the fact that he's only really used for that particular game mode and excels really well in that game mode. So that's something that I like to do. I like to exclude it. But that's pretty much what we have for this tier list, guys, with the release of Pure Vanilla Awaken as well as Black Sapphire cookie. The PvE meta doesn't really change too much. It's more of better cookies coming out and then the older cookies going down in tier, just because of the fact that, you know, there is no changes that happen in the PvE game modes unless they actually nerf the stages. So that's the reason why even if you do invest in older cookies, you still can use them. It's just that there are now going to be better option. It's going to make your life a little easier, if not a lot easier. So that's the reason why we do keep updating these tier lists so that you guys know a little bit more. It is not the end of the world if you guys do invest in like some of these lower ranking cookies. It's just that, in my opinion, if you had the option, better to invest in the cookies that are higher ranking so that you have an easier time actually clearing things for the future. But thanks for watching, guys. That's going to be it for this tier list. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.